State lawmakers are taking a closer look at financial abuse of the elderly. A new piece of legislation targets caregivers and would make some cases a Class A felony. According to a study by the National Adult Protective Services Association, 90% of the abusers are family members or someone known to the victim. And now they could face tougher penalties. Alex Erbal is digging deeper into the issue.
Financial abuse against the elderly can include misusing ATM cards, stealing checks, or overcharging for in-home care provider services. The AARP Hawaii State Director says elder abuse from caregivers can have lasting impacts on the victims.
You're talking about a group who are pretty much as vulnerable as you can get. They're dependent on their caregivers. And, you know, the fact that it hasn't stopped or even slowed down at all tells you you have to put an appropriate penalty in order to make the behavior change.
The bill wants to make it a felony when a caregiver financially exploits an elderly person. The next hearing will be held here at the state capitol on Monday. According to statistics from the Hawaii Department of Human Services, there were 214 cases of abuse, neglect, or financial exploitation last year. Why do you think it's important to make it a felony?
Because there has to be a substantial penalty to deter this from happening. I mean, because when you do exploit the elderly, you actually leave them really in a place in their life where they have nothing, they become depressed, and it's almost as like, you know, making them very, very ill.
The Honolulu Police Department supports the measure, saying it provides an additional mechanism to protect the elderly. Through written testimony, the Honolulu Department of the Prosecuting Attorney suggested a threshold of $50,000 to classify the offense as nothing less than a Class A felony. Some critics of the bill say lawmakers should focus on programs that help the victims instead.
It's a nonviolent crime. It's a nonviolent crime. Our judiciary system is already inundated. Our prison systems are already overfull of prisoners. And if we could implement a system of consequences, that would be more beneficial for the abused adult.
Alex Erbal, KHON2 News.
And the AARP is holding 2 free events next month. They're aimed at educating people on how to prevent seniors from becoming victims of financial scams. More information can be found on our website, khon2.com.